When the Empire rose to power following the fall of the Jedi and the Republic, Emperor Palpatine swiftly unveiled his new and formidable enforcer, Darth Vader. This Dark Lord quickly became synonymous with the might of the Empire and sparked fear in all those who opposed the Empire. But throughout Darth Vader's 19 years of service, however, a question lingered. Who, if anyone, knew that beneath the mask and armor was a former Jedi Knight, Anakin Skywalker? The first people on this list are obviously the ones who have been there since the fall of the Republic, starting with Obi-Wan and Yoda, who would find this out after exploring the destroyed Jedi Temple and finding the holo recordings of Palpatine making Anakin his new apprentice. And after finding this out, they would tell Bail Organa about the whole ordeal, and he would use his resources at his disposal to help the remaining Jedi. It is unclear though if he ever told his wife about Anakin, but we do know that she did know of Padme. And speaking of Padme, she also would learn of Anakin's fall to the dark side, but she would only find this out after Obi-Wan would tell her and realizing that Anakin had changed on Mustafar. But unfortunately, she would not live long enough to tell anyone else, as she would shortly be killed afterwards. Anakin's droids C-3PO and R2-D2 would also be aware of their master's fall to the dark side. R2 witnessed the changes of his master at first hand at the temple raiding and on Mustafar. However, he would keep all of this locked up inside of him for many years, not even letting Luke Skywalker find out about this for a very long time. And while C-3PO might have known, it was not for a long time, as his mind was wiped shortly after the events of Revenge of the Sith. The third sister, or Reva, also knew that Anakin Skywalker was Darth Vader. Although we don't know the exact way she found this out, it's safe to assume that after she was stabbed by Anakin in the temple raiding and joined the Inquisitorius, she would put the pieces together and find that out. But that also means that the other Inquisitors might know that Darth Vader is Anakin Skywalker. As we know, they all were former Jedi who joined the dark side. It is also heavily suggested that Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru knew that Darth Vader was Anakin, as we know that when Owen found out that Anakin fell to the dark side, he would not let Obi-Wan go anywhere near Luke because of that. The Jedi librarian Jocasta Nu also knew that Darth Vader was Anakin Skywalker. She would learn this on a mission where she returned to the Jedi Temple to retrieve a list of all the Force-sensitive children in the galaxy to help her rebuild the Jedi Order and hide it from the Empire. But after escaping the Grand Inquisitor, she would quickly be surrounded by Darth Vader and a group of clone troopers. But she would manage to escape them by revealing the truth of Darth Vader's secret identity to the clone troopers. But unfortunately, none of them would live long enough to see if that was true or not, because they would all be cut down by their Dark Lord. And following that, Jocasta Nu would again be captured by Darth Vader and would convince him to destroy the list of the Force-sensitive children, and he would do that, but after he killed her first. I also do believe that Qui-Gon Jinn might have known about Anakin's fall to the dark side due to him being a Force ghost, and visiting Obi-Wan after the Purge and speaking with Yoda through the Force. Next up is Jedi Farron Barr. This Jedi made himself the master of multiple Jedi students in attempts to rebuild the Jedi Order and to destroy the Empire, but he would go about destroying the Empire in less than Jedi ways. These would be through assassinating those who viewed the Empire in a friendly manner and manipulation. And while his methods were far from the Jedi, he did ensure that the Mon Calamari would join the Rebel Alliance. Jedi Master Farron Barr was a Jedi general during the Clone Wars when he managed to escape Order 66, and he would soon learn about Anakin's fall to the dark side and his killing of the younglings during the temple raiding. But soon, him and his Jedi Academy would be found on Mon Cala by Darth Vader, Inquisitors, and the Purge Troopers. But while Farron would manage to kill one of the Inquisitors thanks to abusing Order 66 and the clones, he would fall to Darth Vader shortly after engaging him in a lightsaber duel. His student, Verla, would also learn that Anakin fell to the dark side and became the Dark Lord. But unlike her master, she would survive this encounter with the Empire and would eventually find Luke. And after finding out that Luke Skywalker was the son of Anakin Skywalker, Darth Vader, she would try to kill him. But she would eventually soften and the two of them would grow close, and eventually she would agree to join Luke in his new Jedi Order. The former Darth Maul also knew of Anakin's fall to the dark side. He would find this out through his visions and knowledge of Darth Sidious's plan to rule the galaxy. He was so horrified of this that he would orchestrate the entire siege of Mandalore to lure Anakin there and kill him. However, this plan of his would fail, as instead of Anakin, Ahsoka would arrive to confront Maul, and Maul would actually reveal to her about Palpatine's grand plan to destroy the Jedi and try to sway her to his side. And while this almost succeeded, it would ultimately fail, as Maul would reveal to Ahsoka that he wanted to kill Anakin and deprive him of his prized pupil. Speaking of Ahsoka, she would also learn that Anakin was Darth Vader after many close encounters with him, but her suspicions would only be confirmed on her duel with him on Malachor. Grand Moff Tarkin would find this out after going on multiple missions with Darth Vader and recognizing his fighting style as well as his command strategies. But to Tarkin, he really didn't care if Darth Vader was Anakin. He kept his thoughts to himself because to him, it didn't really matter as long as he was loyal to the Empire. Admiral Yularen also most likely knew that Darth Vader was Anakin due to him and Anakin being very close during the Clone Wars. And Admiral Yularen would also most likely recognize his strategies, but whether he did or didn't, he would keep it to himself. Grand Admiral Thrawn would also learn of Vader's true identity when he went on multiple missions with him. He would find this out through sheer knowledge and experience with Anakin and Vader, and he would test this when he would name drop Anakin Skywalker in front of Palpatine and Vader, and Palpatine would confirm this by the tilt of his hand. And he would also refer to Darth Vader as Anakin Skywalker in front of him on multiple occasions in a mission. However, he never really cared about Anakin's fall to the dark side. Next is the Imperial scientist named Silo who helped build Darth Vader's suit. He would find this out when studying targeting the person he was building the suit for. There also was the Imperial Inspector named Canon, who would learn of this when on a mission with Darth Vader, and after gathering enough evidence proving that Darth Vader was planning to overthrow the Emperor, would confront Vader about that. But of course, Vader would not care and would just cut him down. And after the fall of the Empire, Leia would eventually learn that her father was Darth Vader, aka Anakin Skywalker, from Luke. And eventually, news would spread throughout the galaxy of who Darth Vader truly was. Despite being very secretive and talking to practically no one, people would find out about Darth Vader's true identity. But anyway, that is everyone who knew that Darth Vader was Anakin Skywalker in canon and legends. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to like and subscribe, as well as comment who your favorite Stormtrooper is. And with that, my fellow Star Wars nerds, may the Force be with you.